Hello and welcome to Fat Chat. I'm your host, Hard R.
And I'm your host, Big P, and today we bring you fast food. Now see, today this is why we bring you Fat Chat as a whole, is because, you can't get a look at us, but we're overweight.
We're fat.
Yeah, so that's why we call it Fat Chat. And we figured the premiere of Season 1 of Fat Chat would just feel right to talk about what we have an affinity for, fast food.
And this is a formal podcast. It would feel fitting. Not right, fitting.
Yeah, fitting unlike her clothes.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'll propose the first question here. What's your favorite fast food chain overall?
Mine overall, and this may seem like a pretty basic answer for some groups of individuals out there, but overall I got to go with KFC.
Now,
that is coming from an employed McDonald's worker, by the way. I make $10 an hour sacrificing my time there just for my dad to take all my money. So that is coming from an employed McDonald's worker.
I mean, just think about it. Now, KFC is honestly not a bad choice. You get some drumsticks from there, I'm telling you right now. But my father would buy me, like every Thursday, specifically, he would get me the little box. It had, 3 drumsticks in it, some mac and cheese and a biscuit. That's not a bad choice at all. Me, personally, if I have to really think into it, if we're talking fast food in general, I gotta go with Dairy Queen. You know, you get all the ice cream there, and then at the same time they have those chicken strips. And those chicken strips, well, you know about them.
Oh, I know about them, or I just had some Dairy Queen chicken strips the other day, right after I got done cutting grass. How my dad, who has no money, had money for those Dairy Queen chicken strips, don't ask me, but he did, and I was not complaining, because those Dairy Queen chicken strips, especially the barbecue-covered ones, those were fucking life-changing the first time I tried those. I mean, I popped them into my mouth the other day, and I just about came everywhere, all over my dad's car, Big P.
Yeah. Now, see, here's the thing, Hard R. You know, my father. He's very particular about his food. See, unlike us, we'll eat just about anything that you put in front of us, as long as it's on a platter, so to speak. But even my dad orders those tossed barbecue chicken strips from Dairy Queen, and they also have the garlic ones as well, and I did like those ones as well, but I think the barbecue ones are really just the best.
Can't say I've tried them, but on a different note, which fast food company do you think has the best prices? We know for a fact it is not fucking McDonald's.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Which one are we saying?
In terms of price, I would argue Burger King has really good prices, but that's because their food fucking blows.
Yeah, you got a point. If I'm being honest, and my answer may shock you, I'm going to take us back to KFC for a moment here. Now, at first, it seems like KFC, raises their fucking prices up sky high, so all the certain individuals go in there and blow their fucking money on some chicken. But in all honesty, I can't remember which combo deal it is. I want to say it's the number 9 combo. It's only about $10, and you're getting some chicken nuggets, a chicken sandwich, and a side of your choice, all with a drink. Now, you compare that to McDonald's prices. Every meal McDonald's has is also around fucking $10, and you're getting a medium fry with a sandwich and a drink.
And see, KFC is hit or miss in terms of prices. Because I remember when my dad went through there and tried to get a bucket of chicken strips for us to share, that it ended up being, it was maybe like 12, 14 chicken strips, and the price was just exorbitant. I mean, it was completely inflated. And that's why I say it's a hit or miss, because that drumstick combo I mentioned earlier, that's like that's an amazing deal right there. But then you go to the chicken strips and they just overpriced them, and I can get better chicken strips. You know, you go to KFC for like the drumsticks or the wings or what have you.
True. Now, on that note, I know this isn't necessarily a fast food restaurant, but what are we thinking about the Denny's prices?
You know, I don't often go to Denny's, partially because if I ask my mom, she'll go, no. But otherwise, I couldn't really give you a definitive answer. What I do know about Denny's, though, is those cinnamon roll pancakes. They put the cream cheese frosting on them, too. And I'll tell you what, they're crunchy. Like the cinnamon and stuff inside, they like cluster it together and it's crunchy. And I'll tell you what, that's going to change your life just as much as a stack of chocolate chip pancakes will.
Yeah, I'll tell you what'll change your life at Denny's. You get that big-ass lumberjack breakfast. It's only about $15, and you get some fucking sausage, some bacon, you get pancakes with that motherfucker, you get some hash browns with that motherfucker, as well as a drink of your choice. I want to say there's a few other things that they throw on there, like eggs and toast or something, but let me tell you, that lumberjack breakfast at Denny's, it is fucking worth it, beyond a doubt.
Now, see, that brings me to another thing. Since we're on the topic of breakfast, what do you think about, how do you like your eggs?
Me personally, I'm a scrambled guy.
Yeah,
hard-boiled ain't bad whenever we have the chance to have them, but that's usually only like a holidays thing for my family. I don't know. You may or may not have hard-boiled / deviled eggs every now and then, but my family, that's always been like a holiday tradition. But let me tell you, when them holidays come around, I have at least like 10 of them motherfuckers on my plate.
Yeah, I mean, my mom always made deviled eggs for my sister on holidays, namely Thanksgiving. But hard-boiled eggs were always a hit or miss for me. See, I would, although I've never had one, I would probably much prefer a medium-boiled egg to have that runniness still kind of there in the yolk. But I'm also a scrambled guy. See, the way I make them is I make them so they're not like liquid, or it's not necessarily raw on the inside, but it kind of feels that way, because it almost feels like they're like really soft and like holding something inside. It's hard to explain, but you just whip up some scrambled eggs, you get the really soft ones, you throw some black pepper on the top, salt if you really feel like it, you have some breakfast right there.
Oh, now let me tell you, you're talking about the black pepper and salt on them scrambled eggs. You ought to throw yourself some fucking garlic powder on top of them babies. Now it may seem like a turn off at first, but let me tell you, you throw some garlic powder on top of them motherfuckers, and mwah. I get what you're saying with like having to be a little bit runny, but also like fluffy. That's like the perfect in between right there. Like I don't want them so fucking hard that they're fucking black and shit on the outside. But let me tell you, the best way to get the perfect scrambled eggs is you gotta add a little bit of milk to them motherfuckers and let them cook just a little bit longer than they normally would, and you will get some real fluffy ass scrambled eggs. Now, going back to seasonings for a second here, I gotta say, you ever try ramen with onion powder on top?
No, see, I don't really have ramen that often, and the reason is because last time I boiled ramen, I nearly burned the house down. So that kind of turned my mom off of buying me any further ramen packets. So no, and I actually haven't dabbled into onion powder much, because, but I would actually give it a shot if I had some ramen.
Yeah, let me tell you, next time you've got some ramen handy, go ahead and throw that motherfucker in the microwave. Absolutely no way you could burn the house down using the microwave. I mean, come on here, who are we?
Actually,
anyways,
come to think of it, I actually almost did burn the house down with the microwave. I made some cookies the previous day, and they were all hard. I wanted to make them soft again, so I threw them in the microwave for about 5 seconds, and yeah, they caught on fire.
Well, come to think of it, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to cook. I think your mom kind of has a point. Anyways, yeah, you pop open a nice pack of ramen, boil it on the stove for a little bit, or toss it in the microwave if you're not really feeling the stove today. Who really gives a shit? Who's going to say anything? But next time you get yourself some of that chicken-flavored ramen, you have got to throw some onion powder on top of that bitch. And I'm not talking about that top ramen either. That shit is fucking disgusting. You throw that Maruchan ramen in the microwave and throw some onion powder on it, and you will be fucking in love, Big P. I mean, you want to talk about good food, that is some good food.
I might have to, I'll have to give that a shot. Yeah, and that top ramen, yeah, no, it blows. Now, anyways, we've actually approached the 11-minute mark here, so I think it's about time to give our concluding thoughts here. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think that just about concludes today's episode. Thank you for tuning into Fat Chat, and remember,
don't become as overweight as us, or you might end up starting a podcast, or texting Joe Rogan about grizzly bears. Don't do that either.